Okay, and I'm live, I need to set up the stream and everything else. Let's see. Sorry, that was super loud. Okay. Okay. Hey, baby feet. Hey, Lunar. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, look, it's two memes. I'm actually going to be working on either of these today. These are just on my desk because I just got this meme back in the mail. Let me open up my lines. What up, Tsushimi? Gotta get some of that blessed natural lighting in the room. Dude, this meme is freaking cursed, okay? So, when I got it originally, I built it up. The screw holes weren't tapped, you know, for me to screw the case together. So I sent it to Josh, Honeybush, and he got it tapped. And on the way back, it unfortunately encountered, this. He did confirm it was fine when he received it, but apparently on the way back to me, this happened, so that sucks. So that's like in addition to like the first dent I got, which the first dent I got he had to fix because the first dent I got had bits of metal covering that hole, so I couldn't get a screw in. So he sent it back to me, and the screws are also lost, so I don't have screw. At least it's tapped now, but I don't have screws to put it together. So that's a thing. Yeah, so this is just something I'll have to get screws in for in the future and just put it back together and just deal with it. I don't know, I might just get use my Dremel in the future. We'll use it with the polisher bit, the polishing grinding bit, and just you know, like wear it down, so at least it's even though it'll be still, you know, that dent in, it'll be even instead of, you know, like this. So I'll probably do that with that one, just so it's smoother, even though it's still gonna be a thing. So I got two things I gotta do today. First is something I've been delaying for a long time, even though it's been okay that I've been delaying it. This is a friend's board he sent me, and I gotta fix this. This is the #1 thing I have to do today. And you're wondering, it looks okay, Huey. Why do you have to fix this? I'll show you why I have to fix this. So if you look in the middle section, how these switches are mounted, that's okay, that's okay. And then you keep going to the side, you're like, wait a second, those switches are getting lifted on one side, they're getting kind of tilted. And you go back to the middle, oh, that's okay. Then you go back to the other side, oh wait, those are getting lifted out again. So it's like the whole board is like, it's like bowed inwards toward the middle. And he knows this when I was building. I don't know if you see, if you guys, you could probably see it a little bit. All the switches are bowed inward. So he's like, can you help me out, Huey? You need to desolder, because he doesn't have a desoldering station. So I'm going to desolder it for him, and he wants me to figure out, is it the PCB? Is it the plate? Did he just like mount them wrong? So I'm going to figure that out for him. That's one of the first things we do today. Hopefully we can figure it out for him. It's for a good friend of mine. He's a cool guy. Honestly, I've never had this issue before, so I'm curious to see why he does. Hopefully it's just minor user error. But one thing I am worried about is how long he left the plate like this before he sent it to me, because most likely before I can truly fix it, I'll have to like leave some heavy weights on the plate for it to really straighten out to make it a lot easier. Sorry, how do I like the new built board? Are you talking about my Alice right here? Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It is like the bee's knees. This is the absolute A+. That's the first thing I'm gonna do today. Yeah. Let's get on that. Turn on the soldering station. I hope everyone's doing well today. What do I use a second B for? Nothing. Nothing. I just use one of them when I type. I don't even use the other one. If I wanted to, I could get one of PMK's switch blockers there. I can make it an FN key if I wanted to, but really pointless. It's funny because this is actually not even the only keyboard on my desk, because in addition to this, right above it, because I'm out of storage room right now, I also have this board, my TGR, my other TGR. Yay. When I start actually soldering instead of desoldering, we'll be taking this off my desk, just because I don't want any random solder bits possibly flying to it that I have to clean up later, because this is a very nice keyboard. Desoldering, no worries. So the other thing I have to do today is I'm going to be building with these exclusive Gatoron switches, which have a beautiful, beautiful sunrise orange colored stem. They're linears, and I'll be using those to rebuild my X60. I'm not going to lube them. I'm going to break them in for about a week, then I'll desolder them, and then throw them back in. Yes. That's going to be the game plan. Let's get desoldering. I just cleaned my, you guys can probably barely see it, but it's actually all empty now. I cleaned this after my last stream. I used this. No, I used it once since then. I see solder inside. But, it should be good. My friend did an okay job with his solder joints, so it should be completely functional. So let's get desoldering. What's everyone up to today while you guys are watching me do this or putting me on the background? Just curious. I need to use my fancy poker thing. Might shower or do the dishes. Oof, imagine if you had a shower that was like, had like a mobile dish rack, so you could shower while doing the dishes, and then when you're done, you just take those dishes, you know, with the dish rack with all those dishes out with you and just place those in the kitchen. That, I think, would be next level productivity. Deciding whether a CA66 or not. That is quite the dilemma, because there are good and bad things about the CA66, of which I'll go over soon in my upcoming review. StarCraft on one screen, me on another. Not a bad idea. Both, you know, pretty digestible. Especially the StarCraft, depending on who the caster is. I know some casters are a bit more rambunctious than others, with more shout casting than actual casting the game. Yeah, poker tables is a nice little thing where you can kind of have it on semi-auto. Unless you're playing with like the most active players in the world who aren't playing with like 8 other tables at once. Theremin's working on the song contest for... He's working on a song for the contest. Heck yes. Excited to see how that turns out. Grog, you're going to be listening while you clean some salvaged orange Alps. Good to hear. You're going to run out of canned air soon. Oof. Salvage some Amber Alps. They're terrible. I had to clean them. Oof. How is Alps cleaning for you guys? I know a lot of people say it's alright. It's like modding MX, which is just something you gotta do and get used to. And some people just say like, oh, they're just kind of miserable to clean out. Got a blockage in here. Uh-oh, I gotta solve that. So I gotta heat up the ends. And then, come on. Hate when this happens. Oh, dang it. Spent that. That sucks. Didn't try to bother to open the switches, went straight to desoldering because it's so bad. Are you guys cleaning those out? Just it looks like Grog, you're doing it manually, but Thermans, are you going to be cleaning those out manually, or do you have a ultrasonic station, ultrasonic cleaner you can use? Dang it, I hear the airflow over this is really weak right now. I know there's some kind of clog. But it's like in this portion where it's like the coolest. It's like I don't even think I could. Baby feeds, you need motivation to go make a keyboard. I hope you can make one soon, because making a keyboard is fun. Ultrasonic, probably manually. You like to use the ultrasonic bath at your work. That would be really nice, really easy. So I haven't really had time to read / watch as much of things as late, and I've read small things with the box switches. Do you mind telling me how quickly what we're about to do now? I fell in love with the Hako Violets just before the news came out. Luckily, you didn't buy more before you read it. All the new box switches coming out after last week should be the new retooled with the smaller, appropriately sized stems box switches. So if you buy any of the new batches, you should be okay. Oh my god. So if you're wondering when I push this in, when I push it in, it's actually supposed to go to that little triangular, that little divot at the end, but it's not. It's stopping here, which means there's some kind of... I can hear it be stuck, and this is like gonna drive me crazy because if it's not unstuck, then... Yep, not even desoldering switches. Oh shit. I just broke off my thing. Okay, I gotta turn this off and figure this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it apart. I was really hoping I couldn't. Usually I can get away with not. Well, it's still hot. Let me do this somewhat safely. Where's my stuff? Where is my solder stuff? There it is. So you always have your soldering iron at the same time while you just solder. This only happened to me once, and the only time it's happened to me, I was able to actually solve it while it's on still with the poker. There is the source of the cloggage. Here we go. Be careful removing that. I will, thank you. It happens to you 2 to 4 times per board. I should just happen to me like once every like dozen boards. And the only time I've... Oof. That's not good. Still more stuck in there. As well as the rest of the wire. Which I hope that's the tip up top. One of these days I'll get the nice Haka one Brian has. I think that'd be worth it, top pack money considering how much I build. Right? Maybe? Once rip the rubber thing open on the solder. Stuck solder. Oof. What, you use solder iron to melt the solder stuck in there? Yeah, it'll probably help me in the long term. See if I can just do it with just heating up the end here and then poking it through. What a pain. Are these gloves heat resistant? The tips at the end here are. I don't know if you can tell, but like there's a different material for this part on all the gloves, and that's the heat resistant part. Cool, literally. Heck yeah. Well, I'm gonna take all my soldering stuff out now, since I'll need it at some point, I suppose. So I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks I'll actually have a separate table, even if it's a small table, but a separate table to do streaming for keyboard chores on, separate from this current desk. So I'll have more space for more things, so I don't have to like take out my solder stuff every time. My own exclusive workbench for working on and tinkering with keyboards. That's the hope, at least. Because the game plan is, I don't know if you guys know, not this bookshelf, but behind that next to it is a dresser where I have all my clothes. On top of that dresser I have my beam string and other keyboard stuff. The hope is to get rid of enough clothes where I don't need that dresser anymore. I can hang everything I have in organizers in the closet, and if that's freed up space, I can put another table there to where I can work on keyboard stuff, as well as space over there for other stuff. Trying to do a whole room makeover, hopefully. Let's try to do it. Okay, yeah. We need to melt it. Have you guys seen the new TS80, the new soldering iron by the same company? Works with USB-C. Has like 9 volt 2 amp pole instead of the traditional USB standard of 5 volt 1 amp. It's pretty cool if I say so myself. It's like basically a more portable version of this. Not as doesn't heat up as fast. You know, it already heats up. This already heats up amazingly fast enough, but it's super portable. Like USB-C, you can hook it up to a power bank. Perfect. Pete's streaming too. Cool. Pete streams on YouTube, right? Or if I recall correctly. Here we go. Well, I also stream on YouTube now, funny enough. Sorry, I don't have YouTube chat open. I don't know what people are saying on YouTube, if anything. Chris Swires and Evan are on YouTube. Hey, guys. Okay. Hopefully this conundrum has been solved. I can turn off the station, put it back together, and get it going. Thank you, Multi-Tool. Gerber, in case anyone is wondering. I think of all the keyboard builders, I think Brian and I are only one without a regular schedule. I think Pete has a regular schedule, Anthony has a regular schedule. Nathan just started streaming, so I don't know if he's... I think he might also be one of like Brian and I, where we don't have a dedicated schedule yet. I mean, I know a lot of you guys have been asking when we can have a dedicated schedule. I'm trying to get something together to have a dedicated schedule soon, but it's not easy because that means I always have to have something. I always have to guarantee something to do, which isn't easy either. I wanted to technically work, you know. Because if I could have a dedicated steering schedule, I think that'd be really cool, really beneficial to people who want to, regularly watch in or regularly catch a VOD of something. But at the moment, Brian and I don't always have something to build, and I talked about it on one of my last keyboard chores. I think it actually wouldn't be that hard for me at the moment to have. It wouldn't be too hard for me to have a dedicated normal streaming schedule now. But for me, the point is, I want to make sure if I do have a keyboard chores, I still end up with, somewhat fulfilling content. I want to make sure like either a board is built or a solution is solved after every stream. I know a lot of you guys are like, well, why don't you guys just, because a lot of people ask me, you know, sometimes I'll stream, I will lube my switches or do switch modifications off stream, and people are like, well, why don't you stream those? So I'm like, well, that's just like an hour or an hour and a half of me modding switches. That's not really like finished content. That's my stance on it, where I'll do those off streams, so the next stream I do give you is me putting those and building a board, you know, so we can actually build a board, and that for me is, you know, finished content, quote unquote. And that's why the board, this orbital board, is the TGR Alice. There are going to be, I believe 10 extras now that the group buy, once the group buy finishes shipping out. It's still only halfway shipped, I believe. There will be extras and they will be expensive. How often do I clear the filters? I clear them probably once every half dozen or so boards. I have a ton of extra filters I purchased and have prepared, so I'm not terribly worried about running out. $10 extras per color. That's a lot of extras per color. That was just 10 extras total. Damn, that's awesome. Actually, wait, for when I take it out, I need to put it in the other way, which is... This is still very hot, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm being so cautious like I usually am. Okay. Turn this back on. Take this power brick for the soldering station out of my lap. Don't fall. And then let's continue finishing up this board. Yes, it's not the cheapest board. That is absolutely correct. How expensive are extras supposed to run? I don't know. It could be a little, could be a lot. Turn my fan on low. Hopefully my microphone doesn't pick up my fan too much. I'd like to stay nice and cool. Nice and cool indeed. That's the sound I like to hear. Let's revisit 2 switches. Perfect. There we go. Just how I like it. What was that? Yeah, if you work with this desoldering iron often, you'll learn to identify when things go right or wrong based off the sound. There we go. That sound tilts me. You hear every time something gets stuck. Exactly. Once anyone gets the desoldering station like constantly uses it, you'll be able to tell by ear if something's right or wrong, and immediately you'll be like, okay, gotta check it out. Which do you find more comfortable, the Alice or VEA clone? I wish the Alice, but I wish the Alice had like actual splitting like the VEA clone. Hey Fuzzbeans, how are you doing today? Hey Dewey over on YouTube, hope you are doing well. Hold on, let me make the chat on YouTube pop out so I can actually pop out chat. Bingo, here we go. I can look at both chats at once without having to constantly change monitors. Hey Cthulhu over on YouTube. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hey Drifting Bunnies, what's the chore for today? So I have a board here that I'll need to fix up for friends. Right now, I'll show you guys again real quick since we have some people joining in. If you look at this plate and PCB here, look at the middle, everything looks mounted pretty normally, but as you go to the sides, like what? These are being, you know, mounted more and more crooked inwards. And when we go to the other side, we find the same thing. So it looks like either the PCB or the plate is bowed inwards toward the middle. And I'm like, what? What is happening here? So my friend sent me this. He sent me this just last week. And he said I'd get to it when I'm getting to it. And I got to it today. So I'm going to desolder this whole board for him. And I'm going to find out if it's the plate that's bowed or if he just mounted these incorrectly and that causes it to bow. If the plate is in fact, you know, this curved, I'll probably need to rest some heavy weights on it for a day or two before I can rebuild it for him, because I don't want to send him, you know, a board with a bent plate. So that's what I'm doing first. Because after he built it, he noticed this and he PM'd me right away, like, hey, what do I do about this? Can I just send it to you? Can you just desolder it and take a look at it? I'm like, I got you. You made me a free shirt, so least I can do. Fuzzbeans, what's my opinion about the KBD Fans product, specifically the 8X? I mean, KBD Fans has done a great job hitting a early to mid-market price point for a lot of people. Why box reds? Olivia, if you could see colors, you could be able to see that these are in fact burnt oranges, but they actually do look quite red on stream. They are actually burnt oranges. I promise. Looks like a pretty dope desoldering iron. It kind of is. It has some small issues, but for the price I got it at, I love it. Not gonna lie though, I kind of want to upgrade and get the Hako, nice Hako desoldering iron. Even though it's like $310. Think about picking up a desoldering iron like this, but you just started getting good with your desoldering pump. Hey, if you can work it fine with the desoldering pump and you just don't want to spend the money, go for it. I used a desoldering pump for like 2 to 3 years before I got this. So I was completely fine with using my old hand one for Cthulhu. It's $246 on Amazon right now from the looks of it. Oof, don't do this to me. Might have to pick one up later today. Thanks for the heads up though if you just picked it up. Fuzzbean, what kind of desoldering iron would I recommend for a beginner? The Weller WLC100 is a good $40 one. Hako is a good $80 one. And in the middle price point, this TS100 is a good $60 price point one. It does have an external power brick that it comes with, but otherwise it's very, very small. Easy to use. Heats up quicker than the other two I mentioned. Hey, Chris. I still love you too, buddy. What time is it over? It's like, what, 10:45 p.m. over in the rainy Isles? See, I heard that. I don't know if you guys heard that too. You hear something when something's wrong with it. You gotta stroke it gently and be like, "Oh, ZD915, what's wrong? What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong?" Okay, that's the sound I want to hear. Let's target that joint again. I'll have to revisit that one. I already know it. That's okay. That one's nice and clean. On the other hand. So for those of you who watch, a lot of different keyboard builders do different streams. How do you guys decide when there are multiple streams going on? Like Pete's doing one right now, I heard, and I'm doing one. Like, do you decide based on who's doing what kind of keyboard chore, task, or whatever it is, or do you choose on the person themselves, or is it a mix of both? Dewey says, watch both. That works too, yeah. I mean, do you have both audio channels going on at the same time? Or is it like, left ear Huey, right ear Pete kind of deal? Olivia says she does personality. I'm gonna watch here because Twitch won't let me you pip on GP2, 2 different devices. Oh, so while you're there at work, you can basically only do the YouTube. Then otherwise, when I see you off work, I'm guessing is when you can head on the Twitch. Cthulhu, you based off of whether or not you can turn the quality down. Not understandable. Grog, my stream is still the only one you've ever watched. Didn't really know there's other keyboard streamers. Well, you should definitely watch the other keyboard streamers because a lot of people bring a lot of great content. Oh, picture to picture on Pixel 2. That's what you mean. Yeah. Pluto, you're sucker for personality. mean, they're definitely a good diversity of personalities for people who do keyboard streams, and I think that diversity is a good thing because, you know, a lot of people work with a lot of different other keyboard personalities. Oh yes, Geo has a very super helpful guide on Keyb Talk that he still needs to update one of these days. And I still need to make a gear video of all the gear I use. Haven't because too long didn't reads. This is your first Cthulhu. This is your first time watching me live or me live. Watch many other VODs from Top Clack and other guys. That's awesome. Can we have mods to link them in YouTube? I can get that link for you, since pretty sure not many people are watching on both things. That gear link. It's not up to date for you guys on YouTube seeing that link. So go through that if you can. Start at the beginning and just go through the whole thing. But it starts with a lot of Geo's goodies, and then a lot of people have a lot of cool things that they put in and recommended. And Geo's still waiting for more things to come in before he adds to the OP that he posted on top. So read through the whole thing. There's a lot of good recommendations, a lot of different price points. It's kind of good for everyone. Some things you'll be like, oh, I already have that, or oh, that's a pretty good alternative to something I have, or a good way for me to look for an upgrade. Is there a way for you to view both chat streams? No, I literally I opened a YouTube one separately and did a pop-out window, while OBS only shows me my Twitch chat stream. I just have to look at one popped out window and one mini video. You put like, some of these you put way too much solder on, so the station is having some issues, but it's okay. That is okay. Yes, as Geo says, on any of Nathan Kim's videos, which are all great videos he has, he does list his gear on every video. So as far as favorite keyboard-related streamers, Talkback, Nathan, Tiny are your favorites. Wodan is fun as well, but that's YouTube. Hey, Wodan put some pretty A+ content out, to be honest. I like when a few times I can, catching his stuff. Like, I wish I could have Nathan edit my videos too. Because he is one of the better video editors in our community. I'm not a good video editor by any stretch. I like writing reviews, and I like doing like everything. I even like doing the video editing. I'm just not as good. I will wholeheartedly admit that. Yeah, he easily has the best production video for videos in our community. And it shows. He puts in the hard work. He puts in the hard work. Lazy Sunday. Oh, 45 minutes in and I'm still doing this. I'm going to finish this up real quick now. Howdy, Funch. Second time you've come here live. Good to have you with us. Good to have you with us. Hopefully soon I'll have a new review out for everyone. I know it's been commented quite often. I take forever to do my reviews. My reviews are always hit or miss in terms of how much people like them. But hey, I'm gonna have a new review out soon, everyone. So I hope you guys enjoy that one when it eventually launches. Something doesn't sound right with this still, but that's okay. There we go. But I'm hoping after the 2-year anniversary, which, you know, if you guys haven't entered any of those contests yet, check it out, as well as that raffle. A lot of cool prizes. But after the 2-year anniversary, I'm hoping to do a lot more regular reviews. So hopefully that'll be good. I need to decide how I want to change, or if I want to change the Which Switch series that I have. Keeping track of 65%. 65% kit coming up soon. A good one would be the what's it called? I was looking at the other day. The Doro 67 interest check. It has an integrated 65% integrated plate, 65% layout. That's a upcoming 65% kit I would recommend if you're looking for a 65% kit. Or of course the Zephyr, if you're willing to afford it. It's probably the highest quality 65% on the market. Period. Pluto, the trivia questions were insane. No idea about any of them. You took your 1 point. That's actually a lot of people did that. Yeah, Invisibly says if you have 1.1, 1K, you can LZSQ on Mech Market. That is also an option. I know there's quite a few switches I have to revisit because they put an awkward amount of solder on them, but let's see which ones I can at least easily pull out now. Your brother is a 9-10, kind of made you jealous. Oof. Well, that's nice that you have a sibling also in the hobby. That's honestly really cool. So I can finally, for the first time, use my fancy IC puller to get all these switches off. Already it's going to give me problems in the first switch. Wonderful. Let's move on then. Wow. Thinking of coming to the Washington meetup. Ooh. The Seattle summer meetup that already passed, or one of the upcoming mini meetups that they do. California meetups in November, if you guys could swing that. Visibility, you just got here. Hope you're doing good. I'm going to put some more music. This isn't my build. This is a build that was sent to me to take apart. Let me actually show you why invisibility. You're going to think this is a bit interesting. So you see the switches here. They're mounted normally in the middle. But then if you look as it goes sideways, they bow this way. So like the whole board, if where my fingers meet is the middle, the whole board is like this, where everything is towards the middle. So my friend, he built this up, and he's like, "What's wrong? Why is everything bending toward the middle? Is it a bent plate? Did I see these wrong on the PCB? Help me figure this out, Huey." I'm like, "Okay, sure thing. Send it over, and I'll desolder it, and I'll take a look at it," which is what I'm doing right now. Are you going to be putting the oranges back in there? I mean, yeah, this isn't my build. This isn't my board. This is a friend. I'm just fixing his build for him. And he put these oranges in there, so yeah, I'm going to be putting the oranges back. Wait, if the plate is bent severely, I'll probably not build it back today. And instead put some heavy weights on it to make sure it flattens out. Lanky, what's this? A stream at a relatively friendly EU time? Yeah, actually, probably like once a month, I try to do a stream at a relatively friendly EU time. Try to do a stream at a relatively friendly EU time. Don't always get around to it, but sometimes I do. I mean, it's what? Just like 11 PM in UK-ish, possibly? How to watch Top Clack in the dual format. Oof. Yeah, there's something similar going on right now. So I can see both chats. Cthulhu, you have the same switch remover. You love this thing. You know, I'm feeling a little hit and miss about this because this is nice because you know it's longer. I got more leverage, but like I wish this was like I might sand this or like give it some kind of texture so I have more grip on it because it still feels like it's a little slippery in my opinion. No, these aren't coming out easily for some reason. I wonder why. They look like they should. Bend yours, not to bend it back all the time. Wrap it with hockey tape. This is already flimsy. Look, one of these arms. has been out. Like, what the heck? Can't justify it since your current one working fine. Actually, I need to pick up that link that Olivia posted for a station. Where was that? Where'd that go? Because if I get a new desoldering station, I could probably like raffle / give away the ZD915 to some super awesome community member. Hey Olivia, thanks for the 667 bits. Because you guys don't know, Top Clack did pay for my ZD915. So like if I do replace it, it's only right that I could give it out on Top Clack. Pluto, I'm a cyclist. Maybe cut a strip of bar tape, stick it on here? Maybe, but I mean bar tape isn't good with sticking onto like metal itself. I'd have to like wrap it a few times and that'd make it pretty bulky. A 910 on Mech Market? Yeah, about 800. If you have a normal one. I wonder how much my 910 would go on Mech Market. Look at this, guys. Look. Bend it like Beckham, IC puller. Damn. Expensive keyboards are stupid expensive. Gonna be Taobao knockoffs. Dude, these switches have like so much solder. So like even the ones that desoldered and you can't see on the other side, there's like solder sticking on the other side. Please, Huey, abuse. Oof. I don't think this is a particularly difficult plate to work with. I think my friend just went a little too hard on the solder, is what it looks like. Did I see Crazy Rich Asians? No, I have not seen that movie yet. I know that movie is very popular right now, especially with the Asian American and Asian communities. But no, I have not seen that movie yet. Should I? China got the 96 5-degree Dewey. You definitely got that one right. Yeah, they got the Fanu, Fascog. Yes, it's good. It's so good, Olivia says. I only watch like 3 movies a year, and I don't know if I want to spend one of my 3 movies a year spots on Crazy Rich Asians. You will force me. If I don't see my NorCal, how can you force me? My NorCal won't be in theaters anymore, and I probably won't be on Blu-ray or DVD by then yet either. You thought it was a show. I believe originally Netflix tried to buy it and tell them like it's a show, and then they're like, no, we don't want your Netflix money. We want to be a full feature release, you know, movie with an Asian presence in acting instead of just having Asian people be side characters, other than in Dynasty style movies. Dewey says the one thing you love about these streams, people are civilized, people don't go and post deceptive links and are helpful. Yeah, I guess so. I don't think many people in the keyboard community are like uncivilized in particular. I haven't, to be honest, seen that too many other keyboard streams. The main other person I watch other than myself for like streams like this would be Nathan whenever he does the rare streams he does, or Wodan when I have the rare opportunities to somehow be awake when he's streaming or not at work. Those are, I think, the only two other streams I've really seen, and they're, you know, we're all pretty similar, I think, in our chats and stuff, which is great. I've only watched one or two of Pete's streams, and like maybe one or two of Anthony's streams. And they have they garner for a different audience, which is completely good for them because it looks like it's working really well for both of them. Both of them have large followings of people who enjoy what they do. So. This keeps bending. I might stop using this. I have my complaints about this. So many complaints about this. Pluto says you watch one of Anthony's streams and way too long. See that's the thing. A lot of people do appreciate long streams. I know a lot of people sometimes want me to do streams of like just lubing switches for an hour and a half, just because that's more content. And in a way, he gives those people, the people who want that kind of thing, those streams. To be fair, Olivia, a lot of the same people are in my streams and Brian's streams and all of Top Clack streams as well. Although I like to think every now and then we can attract some new people to the community. Off topic, need to give canned air a reset. There's ice on the can. Oof. You should get one of those electric you plug in blowers, the small handheld ones, just so you don't have to like constantly keep buying cans or waiting for the cooldown to reset, as a gamer would say. What keyboard is this one I'm taking apart? This is some 60%. This is a Ponk 60 PCB. My friends sent this to me to fix up or find out what's happening. I think I'm gonna try the other. The other tool I usually use for this, instead of this, is this or this. This is a tray mount. I believe this is the if I remember correctly, the Fiel plates. Is it ISO? Yes, it is ISO. Which is funny because my friend like lives in America and is an American. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, why did you build an ISO board? Like, you're not American. I mean, you're not European. You're an American. You're a blood bleeds red, white, and blue. Yes, my friend. Olivia, Olivia, would I use box oranges, Olivia? Think about it. Think about it. Is this Adam? No, come on. Adam is as American as I am. Is this Adam who could troll so hard? He would Adam is troll, but Adam's a patriot. Yeah, I don't think he'd do this kind of trolling. Because he would hurt himself from doing this too. Which is contrary to his trolling. Couldn't justify 400 on a field. Yeah, that 400 price tag on Type Machina was a bit much. Leandrin's original price was way too much, which is why I chided him and I went off on the Top Clack episode where we covered that he had them. He was running them again, and I was, oh, that, man, I went off on. Part of me feels bad because I probably should have been more kinder, but like I had to bring it up, because it was a lot, and I don't think his reasons was justified at all. Olivia. Yeah, Leandrin's was 360 actually, I believe. 350 or 360. That's before shipping. We covered it on the news, and I'm like, hold on. Round 1 was 250, 50 units, and you said that the reason for round 1 existing was you could test a factory, and hopefully you could have a larger run in the future with lower or equal prices. And then it was like, hold on, now you're doing another limited run for the same reason of, you know, testing a factory, which you did round 1 to test a factory. Now you're testing another factory. You're running even less. You're running less with the same units at like $100 more than round 1. What? And after that episode, he did drop it from 350 to like 310, which tells me like he could have just priced it at 310 originally and still made money. So like from there, I was like, come on, like I even like now I get suspicious when people are doing a doing a thing when people say, oh, I'm running this at this price for this few units because I gotta test a factory. Is that like the new Kickstarter of the keyboard community? Oh, I'm just doing this limited run because gotta test a factory, yo. I don't know. See, like I said, maybe I was too harsh on it. And I do think 310 is still way too much, especially when I paid $250 for mine with a $30 upgrade for the brass plate. And the design for his brass weight is simpler to CNC compared to round 1. Round 1 is actually more difficult to actually machine, while round 2 is much easier to machine, as far as I can tell. So, yeah. That just flew. He increased the unit count. That's good. That was very good indeed. If he ended up he was able to increase the unit count. Hey Kickstarter, new influx of minivans coming. Actually, who was on Instagram? On Instagram, I saw doing a video for research. I'm not sure which video. Just if you just look through the Top Clack VODs, just look for this. Hit the details or the description. Just look for the one that has a news topic about the Fiel. That Leandrin was hosting back on his site, not Type Machina, and it'll be covered there at that timestamp. See, there now this is working better for me than this big IC puller. So this is what I'm just gonna have to keep going with. You're building without looping stabs, plus he basically bought the best stabs you can get. So are you saying he got Zelio stabs? Or does... I mean, in terms of feel, I think Zelio stabs are fine on lewd, but I still would highly recommend lubing them. We should design a top Clack titanium switch puller. Olivia, tell your writer to learn from my mistakes. Yes, otherwise I will judge. I will judge it like how I judge Olivia. Oh, that was funny. That was good. And then Olivia and Pudsey collectively failed to identify. Both of them collectively failed to identify what switches I put in my E6, which was kind of surprising. Hey Tidal, what's happening at the moment? I'm working on desoldering a board that a friend built and sent me because there were troubles with it. So that's what I'm doing now. And after that, I'll be building my X60 again. Yes, anyone should hopefully be able to tell this is not a board I would build because this has burnt oranges. Still waiting on prototype Rama stabs. Finally, hey, I'm Steph. Happy you were able to join us for a stream. Are you not usually able to catch the streams because of a time zone difference or something else? So every now and then I do try to do a weekend afternoon stream, hopefully to catch viewers who couldn't normally make our normal stream hours, which is like usually after work for Brian and I, or after work for me. Were Rama stabs a thing Huey and Brian didn't talk about for a long time when someone asked if their new innovation for stabs? I don't know. We have talked about the Rama stabs. Rama stabs. We have talked about those. Huey, please be gentle. Maybe. I mean, pretty gentle. Oof. I guess I'm not. I guess Olivia, you're right. That feel when like I just broke the metal from this for this. You live in Sweden after all the building streamers usually stream when you're sleeping. Yeah, that'll make sense. Sweden, so it's like 1 AM for you? I know it's like what, 12 in UK. Olivia, perfect timing. How did I sticker my desk? Did you put something over? I did not put something over at all because I'm a baller. That's why I have like tape on the bottom of this one. I keep hitting it with my mouse. No, I just put all my stickers down. That's it. And in the future, I'm probably going to put more down, fill this out, and then I'll cover it with 3M clear. 12:25 a.m. Netherlands, 1 a.m. Finland, 02:22 Denmark, 11:25 UK. Well, hello everyone overseas. I'm happy this is early enough for me where it's like you're just staying up. You decided to stay up. So thanks everyone for being able to join me today. Normal top clack times are early hours. Yes, normal top clack times is probably like what? Early mornings? Like really early mornings? I'm going to turn my desoldering station so I can clean up the top of the PCB. Try to take all these out. I just hit my lamp. Ding! No, it's usually not hard to pull switches after desoldering. It's just this one, the builder, which wasn't me, put so much PCB solder that when he soldered it, the solder went to the underside, or the opposite side of the switches, and too much of it went. So even when I desoldered with my station, as it sucked it up, it didn't. Did I just rip a pad? No, I didn't. Surprisingly, all my pads are actually still intact from all of this. What you see is just like a ton of extra solder on top of the pad. So like this one here, right? You see all that silver? That's just like solder on the top side. So I need to take this, and I just need to clean it up a bit. See? I look on the opposite side. Yeah, so that top pad is not actually ripped out. You see all that extra gunk? It's just literally just solder on the other side. See? Now it's a clear hole. This is not a DZ60 PCB. This is a Punk 60 PCB. Pretty solid PCB, to be honest. Dewey, you got some dirt cheap Cherry MX Black retools, 20 cents a switch. Yep, would recommend. Cherry MX Clears on occasion fall stupid cheap as well. Got 300. I just recently got 200 of the PCB mount retooled blacks. That'd be really cool. Here we review the KBD6X PCB. If I get one, possibly. That'd be cool. Right now, my current review I'm working on is the CA66, which I know a lot of people were looking forward to, and that review will actually be done pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I have somewhat of a timeline before the group buy ends. Actually, speaking of the CA66, for my review, I'm also being sent a carbon plate with a Bluetooth PCB, so I'll be able to, I just need to buy a battery locally, and by local I mean somewhere in the US, hook that up, and I'll have a Bluetooth CA66, and I'm excited to try that one out, because I think that'll be really, really cool. The retooled black should be back in stock, actually. They took them out of stock for like 2 days, and then they went back in stock. So, yeah. Look how loose this is. It's like a loose tooth. You know what I'm saying? Like a loose tooth. Just want to, you know, like, tie it to like a string and tie that string to a door and just shut that door real quick. You know what I'm saying? I still have enough retools for one more build I need to do in the near future, which I will be using. I haven't ordered any of the custom punchy switches yet. Should I? Are they worth it? Do you guys want to hear my thoughts about those? I'm undecided about those. Yes, Huey. Always. Get creamy too? We'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up the PCB with all the extra solder in places I see there's a ton of extra solder. So I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and I wanted your guys' thoughts about retooled switches, okay? Retooled switches is when a tooling company decides to touch up or redo their tooling for the molds for the switches. And this is to make sure that their switches stay within the tolerance. So every few years, they'll retool the switches, so the switches will be quote-unquote nice again and closest to the original tolerance. After that, they'll make a new batch of switches, and of course, we're like, "Woo, retooled switches." At what point is the new tooling no longer what we would no longer consider retooled? Is it after this first batch? Only the first batch counts as true retooled switches, and everything else after that, the tooling has been worn and used. Is there a limit? You know, is there a consideration that we consider what is a retooled and non-retooled switch? Like, is there a line? Is there an area after the retooling has been done where we could say, oh, okay, those are no longer retooled because they've been in circulation for, or in production for 4 months now, etc., 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 which is interesting. Because, yeah, right now everyone's really big about all these retooled switches. This is the smoothest they're going to be per retool cycle. But I mean, like, at what point are these no longer, you know, in that cycle? Okay, so let's look at the problem with this PCB. PCB seems within tolerance for it being bent. How about the plate? Okay, there's the problem, guys. Your plate should not do that. If you put it on the table, push the middle, and lift up. Yeah, so this is a bent plate. So I think this should be enough indication of issues. If your plate is this bent, my advice is to put heavy weights on it. You guys can see it here. Won't that sit flat once all the switches are in place? It should, in theory, but as you can see with my friend who previously built that, that did not turn out to be the case. So I'm gonna put some heavy weight on this for him, and once it straightens out a little bit more, then I'm going to rebuild it for him. So until then, this is gonna be on hold. So I'm gonna put this on the side, and we can get started with our next project together for today's build stream. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'm gonna try to keep it pretty brisk for y'all. And if we have enough time at the end, maybe I'll do some lubing of switches for Olivia. Worst case scenario, I'll probably do that off stream later today or tonight. Oh no, I don't have a tray. I need a tray to put these extra switches somewhere. Oh wait, I have this small box I got from Novelkeys. I can put these box burnt oranges in until I have made that plate nice and smooth. Yes, I need to get some cream switches soon from Novelkeys. I think Mike said that I will be getting some creams next week to sample, or next month, I mean, to sample. Yeah, a bit disappointed I didn't get any this batch. Brian got one for this batch for Top Clack. Since these days Brian is very in tune with linears, he's like, I gotta have those, and I'm like, so this is my X60. Awesome, X60. I'm gonna retouch up these stabs, and then we're gonna build this up with some exclusive Gatorons. I'm not gonna lube these. I'm going to break them in on this keyboard for a week, and then I'll lube them. Unfortunately, these are switch top removable, so they're gonna be really nice and easy to lube up. So stop flexing on people with your keys. It's how it is sometimes. So like I said, because I'm soldering, I don't want any kind of solder bits flying on this keyboard. I'm gonna disconnect this keyboard, which I guess will give you guys a nice little showing. Look at the nice little angle on the bottom. A nice little beautiful weight. It says Alice in the middle, TGR on one side, and it says R-01 on the other side. You got 4 feet. Beautiful. Feels great. Feels great. Just gonna put that on my bed. So, this is it right here. Let's take this apart. X60 Noxerary Founders Edition 08 out of 30. This is a Founders Edition keyboard for the X60 I got, which is really nice. Good Tractor, Fuzzbeans, what switches do you got in that bad boy? In the Alice, I have 63.5 gram lubed ergo clears, which is awesome. Good Tractor, what's your most currently used owned keyboard? In the last since I built my Alice. Overall, hard to say, because I switch keyboards a lot, because I have to try a lot of things. I have to, in a way, almost, sometimes I have to test something out, type on different things just to refresh my palette in switches. Okay, so I need hex bits. Let's go with a hex 2, which is in fact the correct size. Yeah, most used keyboard. That's a pretty good question. I'm honestly not sure. I can't wait until I get my Norbalforce case. I know quite a few people have got their anodized ones, and some people are getting their powder coated ones now already. I might be, man, because I got a custom color, I might be one of the last ones to get it, unfortunately. To be honest, we'll see. Maybe I can do some convincing and talk to Ryan Norbauer about expediting the production of my color, because of the limited production on my color, and I think it'd be quite amazing. Too bad I don't have a key set that'll work with it yet. Now, what's with these keyboard makers and not getting some magnetized magnetized switches? Novelforce has started shipping. Yes, they have, Pluto. Did you get one? What color did you get? What happened with the castle? The castle's unfortunately on hold. I've been talking with the with Brandon and the rest of the Input Club guys. Basically, until like the Kira is like settled and like completely done, shipped and everything, that's when they could possibly get started on the castle. And if then, the castle is most likely going to be like a super exclusive thing where we're only going to make like 10 units. Like, yeah. Worst case scenario, I will pay for like, Brandon and I will pay for a 2 off. And only us 2 will have castles, if no one wants them. Because it's a cool idea in theory, but like, it's going to be expensive. It's going to be a lot. Oh yeah, Olivia, if we did do our custom like 5 unit, 10 unit run, it would be aluminum. For sure. Like, yeah. So, screws are out of the bag. Let's separate the top and the bottom. There's my foam plate. This is a X60 on the inside of the weight as well. So, my little bit of foam that basically does nothing. But hey, I have it. Doesn't hurt. So, it is how it is, what it is. Okay. Here it is. Stainless steel plates. Okay. Let's stabilizers. I want to work on these stabilizers actually. Let's go over what I will need for going over and retouching these stabilizers. These stabilizers are still mostly lubed. There's some sides of them I've identified that I want to improve upon. So let's take out a silicone brush. And then let's take out some dielectric grease, Permatex. Any news regarding our NorCal meetup location? I got a venue. I actually have 3 potential venues. One of them I hear back on Monday. That's going to be a yes or no. If that one's going to be a yes, we're going to go with that one for sure. Because that one involves being very, very high up in the sky in a very tall building with a wonderful view of the Bay Area. The second one, probably won't hear back until Monday or Tuesday, is a historically wonderful location for our hobby. So I'm hoping it's there too, because that venue is absolutely amazing. And so that's, if that one goes well, cool. And the third one is a amazing backup option that will fit the amount of people needs. Has lunch on it. Probably the least fancy of the venues, but like it's a confirmed can-do kind of thing. Yeah, invisibility. I cracked it like the second or third day I had this. Like it's pretty bad. These are, I actually didn't use screw and stabs for this because this is before I got my giant, super giant batch of screw and stabs. So I can just do a little bit of a 1, 2 kind of thing. Lift these out. No more, need more SoCal meets. I mean, there was a SoCal meet a few months back, right? At Long Beach. There's another mini meet at San Diego as well. I don't know, like I asked people in the area, and it seems like people in the area are happy with the current existing ones that happen. I don't know if like my meetup really, I need to have a meetup presence in Southern California now that other people are willing to you know, bat up for it. I think it's just difficult for a lot of people just because the Long Beach one is kind of integrated with a video game tournament, so meetups, so keyboards like aren't the main event. And one in San Diego is far and a still growing community. Yes, the Ergo board I had was the Alice indeed. LB was the other side from where you live. SD is an hour away. I don't know. 2 meetups a year, if I had hosted that, that'd be kind of tough. I probably could do it, but like at the scale that I have meetups that I need to work on, I'm not gonna lie, it can get difficult because it can get expensive. That's the honest truth, and unless I can always confirm I have, you know, enough sponsors, I couldn't host an event necessarily unless, you know, I have to charge money for. And like at the NorCal one, with the 3 events on mine now, I might be able to get away with not charging for a ticket price, which would allow more people to come. I know a lot of people have told me in the past like they'd be completely fine with paying a ticket price because of the work I do and blah blah blah, but I mean I want this to be a publicly accessible event for everyone. I'm trying not to charge ticket prices. They may be a necessity, but you know, I'm trying to avoid forcing that necessity unless I absolutely have to. But I mean, I think, you know, it's a fine idea to charge as long as you're giving options. Like for Seattle, they had to charge for tickets, but you got a T-shirt out of it. And most people would be okay with paying $20 for a cool, unique T-shirt anyways, so it's kind of like it completely worked out. Oh, nothing's plugged in for keyboards. Duh. But yeah, the NorCal meetup, I have 3 places in mind. At this point, I'm twiddling my thumbs waiting to hear from my contacts what will work or what won't work. And then from there, I have to look at my budget, the budget offered to me by my various sponsors, and see whether or not I can swing it, make it happen. You always do tickets for the UK ones, no other way to finance them, since still relatively smaller. Yeah, small meetups, it's hard, and for like my size meetups where I'm hitting, you know, 450 plus people, it's hard as well. Yeah. I'm just really happy a lot of people have reached out to me about the NorCal meetup who can help me and who are willing to help. So there's a large amount of people I'm really thankful for. I'm okay with that. I think it's only the shift I want to touch up. Nope, I want to touch up the enter for sure. I'll be done. I mean, hopefully some of you guys can attend the NorCal meetup in November. It'll be in the Bay Area. It'll be either the 3rd or the 10th. And it should be a fun time. It should be a fun time. Hope you guys will be able to attend and enjoy it. I'm trying to do what I can to make it an absolute blast for everyone involved. And I hope I can make that so. NorCal one last year was really fun. Definitely had a lot of room for improvement, I noticed. You don't feel like going to meetup since there was dramas by some stuff being stolen. I think the only time there's really drama of that regard was the Seattle one 2 years ago. That is always a concern and worry. I mean, I always try to tell people, you know, if you can, go with a friend, be really aware of what you bring, of watching over your stuff when you have a chance. Yeah. Very valid, very valid concern though. One artisan stolen, sometimes keyboards get dinged. Like when I flew out to the New York meetup a few months back, actually I was like, we had shifts for the people, we had four people put keyboards on the table, on this one table, and all four of us, we would take shifts on who's going to watch it and who's going to go out and socialize. Oh, someone goes back, okay, you two can go out and socialize, and I'll watch all of our boards for us, etc, etc, etc. So, I mean, sometimes a lot of people kind of, you know, even with strangers, be like, hey, you know, want to take turns since we're sharing this table. You know, maybe I can go out for a little bit, look at other boards, take some pictures, talk to some people, and I'll come back, and I'll watch the boards for you while you can go, and etc, etc. Usually that seemed to be some of the best would that happen for a lot of people. That kind of agreement worked really well for a lot of people, and I was really happy to see even strangers engaging in that kind of idea and practice. So I gotta ask at this point, are these light beams getting annoying? Should I just close my blinds at this point? Have you heard of anyone else tell people to watch their watch, bracelets, rings? Yeah, I have. If they want to handle a board. Yep. Definitely seen that. When I have some where people are like, oh, you can type on it, you can look at it, just don't pick it up. Which is fine too. Predvom Vij or YouTube never had a situation where keyboards were damaged in your experience. Who in this hobby is that malicious? Very few people. Usually when something gets dinged or damaged, it's an accident. That's all. No one's like out to be like, I'm gonna cause $400 in keyboard damage today. Funch, thank you so much for joining, by the way. Hope you have a wonderful day yourself as well. Just wondering if you'd be the only one asked. No, you're fine. There's a lot of people who even have like signs where like, oh, they'll have a little postcard on next to a board that says, "You can type on me, just don't pick me up." Completely fine. Like at the Arizona meetup I went to, Input Club at that time, they had the first prototype Kira at that meetup, and like the Kira, that prototype actually didn't like, the two pieces didn't like form together yet, so like it was the whole thing, but if you picked it up it'd fall apart into two pieces. So like, yeah, you can type on it. It's like literally no one can pick it up though. And everyone's like, okay, that's fine, that's definitely completely fine. On my table at the Arizona meetup, because I brought quite a few I brought 2 boards, we had a thing where you can only pick it, you couldn't pick up the keyboard, but Adam, the person I shared the table on, we could pick up the keyboard and hand it to you, because all of our boards were over 6 pounds on our table, so we didn't want someone like one-handing a board to try to pick it up and have it like land on another heavy board and ding that. Yeah, so usually, like, if I'm watching my boards and someone's like checking it out, and they like, I can tell they want to check out more. I'm like, oh, do you want me to just hand off the board to you so you can like feel it and stuff and look around? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. Or usually most people would ask me. It's really common for people at meetups. Just if there's someone at the table, they'd ask, oh, who does this belong to? Oh, it's yours. Is it okay if I pick it up? Or oh, it belongs to so and so. Do you know when he's gonna be back at the table? I wanted to ask him about the board. Yeah, that's really common. It's really awesome that our community is pretty nice when it comes to those kind of interactions. Hold on. These Gatorons seem to have pretty large pegs under them. Seems like they'd have like trouble getting and fitting into this PCB. Just want to double check. Oof, these pegs fit super tight on this PCB. Oh man. Like, this is really tight. What's the spring weight on the exclusive Gatorons? To be honest, I completely forgot. Ow! Ah! Ah! The pin is stuck in my finger, everyone. Ow! Is there happen to anyone here? Come on. Yeah. So. Ow. I literally just stabbed myself with a switch. There we go, everyone. I guess I should clean this up, right? That would be a responsible thing to do, I guess. Possibly, as it slowly starts to grow. So that's the thing that's happening in my life right now. Do you have any napkins near me? Guessing $1 bill is probably not sanitary enough to wipe this. Also unnecessary because it's a waste of $1 when band-aids are on the cents. What do I have near me that's cloth? Don't want to use my gloves. Styrofoam. No, not absorbents. Well now. Stripping on my other hand. I guess I will be right back. I will wipe it on my other hands. Be right back, everyone. I've returned. Okay, guys, I'm back. This is a really bad band-aid, but whatevs. There we go. Fixed. This is a really shitty band-aid. Gloves on top for that hands. Huey finally does the band-aid mod. Oof. Oof. I like it. I like it. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Putting these switches in. So yes, I am gonna put these unlubed first. Use it unlubed for about a week, and then I'll go back and I'll lube these. So far, so good. What keycap should I put in this? That's the real question. Oh, hold on, I need to make sure this is... Go. What options do we have to choose from? Mostly the usual is what I would say. Definitely we'll be revealing those once I get closer to it, though. For anyone who knows the usual options, feel free to blurt them out. Obviously, JTK Toxic. Oof. I mean, that technically is an option on the table. Cat, take iris off COD. I could do that. Only lime. I don't know about lime. Please 5. Favorite clip. There we go. Favorite clip: when the lime and 5 keys are jumping off your switches. First thing you ever saw off Top Clack. Oh man, I don't know if that's a good. I don't think that's a really good impression, but I'm happy you're still here watching. So I've always had a question, you guys, since obviously, in the top right of the screen, that window, should this window be a little bit bigger since this area is mostly like white space, like it's not used area? Okay, I usually just use this center area here, right? So like, you guys think I should make this little corner bit bigger? What do y'all think about that? Would it be more helpful? Because it is this side view. I'm gonna mod the switches in the future. Put them in a linear chair switch, maybe. A little bigger would work. Okay, let me put this last switch on this row, and then I'll make it a little bit bigger for y'all. It might a little bigger, didn't even know it was there. If it had a little border, it might stand out more. I don't even think it needs to like stand out. Like the point of it isn't to stand out or anything. It's just webcam 2. Let me plug in this keyboard in front of me so I can at least have it scaled. Maybe like that, not too big, hopefully. It's quite a bit bigger, but hopefully that'll still be okay in terms of visibility for everyone here. So let's put more switches in and continue the path I'm going on building this keyboard. Yes, the huge trackball. Elecom Huge is my favorite trackball. I don't know if this is in the way. Might be a little easier. Just down there a little bit. Someone mentioned the Holy Chickies says nice not to close the Holy Pandas. I might try it because I have all these Halo clear switches, but I might just use them as Halo clears to be honest. I do like Halo clears quite a bit. I might just lube them. Trackballs are amazing. Let's see. Almost bought a Kensington Slim Blade trackball out of the box for 40 euros. Was already sold before you even talked to the dude. Oof. Yeah, it's pretty popular. For your Halo clears that are coming in, use blue bottom, cream tops, and probably throw them in whatever Kailh you pick up. Ooh, tell me how that turns out. That sounds like it'd be a pretty cool project. So in the very near future, I actually might be getting a drill press so I can actually build and prototype a handmade board with a concept I want to try out. Hey Smoff, just tuned in. What are you building? I'm rebuilding my X60 with some exclusive Gatoron switches. As in, they're called exclusive Gatoron switches because they're Gatoron switches commissioned by Exclusive. And this is a beautiful, beautiful sunrise sunset orange. What? Did the pin just get bent? Yes, it did. Let's do another one. I did buy some retooled blues from Arrow, so I might explore that option myself with the halos. Orange, love a yolk color. Yeah, it's like a yolk orange. HHKB, so I'm doing normal caps lock because that's going to be my control. Cool, that won't fit in just fine. Your dream project is to hopefully buy a canoe from round 2, and if it arrives at beaming robots, and put a Temu V2 switches with halo stems. Interesting. I do have a Temu V2 switches, but I hate the housings because they're big and unnecessary. Exclusive Eggy Gats. Oof. These are, I like the color. Like I said, I'll probably use it for a week. Most likely for the first week, they'll probably be bog standard Milky Gator on linear, nothing special. I'll lube them. I mean, the key thing about this is the spring weight nice? You know, does the spring have any unnecessary crunch or anything that is a detriment to it? Because the only reason you'd want to get this over normal Milky Gator on, other than the stem color, is the spring. Because that's the difference. Is the spring weight nice and pleasant to type on? Does it make unnecessary sounds, or is crunchy, or is pingy, or it sounds hollow? Those are things that we want to find out today. Hopefully we do find them out. Hope y'all are enjoying the jazz for today. So what are people's upcoming keyboard builds that they're looking forward to? Mine, I got the Southpaw full size coming in November, I believe. I'm gonna be looking for that. Looking forward to that. Got lol, hopefully the E8V1. Actually, I'm gonna have a new CA66 build to do because I'm getting a Bluetooth PCB and carbon fiber plate for that. So I'm wondering, you know, what's gonna work really well with that carbon fiber plate. So that's going to be really interesting to decide for me, you know, what's going to be going well with that carbon, especially with all that extra space. Because if you guys don't know, you know, one of the reasons I chose Jades on my CA66 was I'm like, well, it's really hollow, so I want something to take advantage of this, you know, hollow, this almost sound room kind of effect to it, you know. Because if I put something wrong in there, I'm just going to catch the extra pinginess, or it's going to echo weird. And I think if you use clickies and like something like a CA66, it actually takes advantage of that extra space and like almost amplifying that click sounds and enhancing it, in my opinion. Let's see, Lunar Charmer X60R, good option. Malenki got the Polycarb 268 and 280. Oof, Polycarb 280. Yeah. DC60 deciding between Lube Zelios and retooled blacks. Good call indeed. No, not Poly 280. Normal, so just Poly 268 and normal 280. 5mm brass plate though, yeah. Same. I got mine in the the blue-gray color, because come on, that's like what all the cool kids are getting, right? What the heck? Clipping all the way, switches. Maybe it's just supposed to look like that. I don't know. Hoping to get on Lumina when you get your paycheck next week. Very nice. I might be getting a Lumina to review sometime in the future. I don't know when, or even if that's going to happen, but I hope it does. And if it does, I'll let you guys know. If I am going to get a Lumina review unit. Yeah, Teslatron is a pretty cool guy. Brian and I talked a lot with him after the Top Clack episode, because he was on Top Clack recently, and if you guys haven't watched that, I'd highly recommend you guys check out the VOD of the last episode where we had Teslatron on as our guest. That was a pretty cool episode. Uno with MT3 gonna be dank. Maybe. I have some qualms against how MT3 looks, but it certainly feels pretty decent. Thought about getting a 5mm brass on 280, decided against it. If you didn't get a 5mm brass on 280, what plate did you get on the 280, Smoff? Half poly, fixed brass. Solid. Geo, what is this? Oof. Lubing your holy pandas, putting them in, Geo, in your custom one-off plate. I like it. How do the switches clip in, by the way? Do they clip in easily? Are they, you know, a little tough to put in? How is it when you're fitting them in? Curious. Since you did get that plate, you know, custom done. Neb, you just built a keyboard from scratch. Oof, that's awesome. What kind of keyboard was it? 99% of them are perfect. So that's what's the one switch that isn't perfect then, Geo? Or are you saying just like it's fine? Zeal 60 though, I like it. Maybe 2 to 3, a little tight, loose, but barely noticeable. That's fine, as long as I clip in all the way, they're straight. I will see. Contest entry. Oof, okay. You got me hyped, buddy. For anyone who doesn't know, Top Clack contests are going to be ending very, very shortly. So please get a chance to join them if you haven't had a chance. There's some awesome prizes for some awesome winners. So we're hoping you have a chance to check them out if you haven't had a chance. The contest stuff is on the Top Clack official website. It's topclack.com. There's a link in the nav bar on the left side for the contest stuff. Sweet, all my switches are in. Looking them down the line, they ought to be seated in properly. No chance to win normal awards. Well, actually, I'm curious about Nebulant's entry because none of the entries involve what keyboards you own. So you should check out the contest when you get a chance. One of them is a caption contest, another one is a cooking contest, another one is a songwriting contest, And of course we have the raffle that anyone can join and almost anyone can win. Sweet, let's get soldering. Here we go, it's heating up. You know what, I guess I'll be responsible and I'll use gloves. Because safety is a thing, right guys? Hey, at least I can go like, I can give like the YouTube VOD post like a really cool name like Keyboard Chores 81918 Huey sheds blood for keyboards. Or like Keyboard Chores 81918 Huey is a human confirmed. Region, you want to do something your MX Silence, you want to put in a nice build, but you also care about sound and love to clack. That's quite the dilemma. Quite the dilemma. Pretty sure even hosts can bleed. Well, as you can see from today, I certainly can. Time to go through and solder some switches. How's the soldering iron? I love the soldering iron. It heats up really fast, keeps heat really well. It's pretty small, easy to store away if you don't want to keep it on your desk all the time. Unfortunately, the tips are non-standard and can be pricey compared to other tips, at like 15 bucks each. They all work really, really well. Why did it skip a row? Isn't 360C too much? CL9 is between 330 and 350. I think 360 is like the top end of what you should be working on. I haven't had any problems with 360C. Usually, I used to use 350 though, but I don't know. Maybe there's some patience. Candair dead. Only halfway through the oranges. Guess done for the day. Oof. Sorry to hear that, Rog. Well, at least there's keyboard chores here that you can watch. One of these, those little vacuum blower suckers. Yeah, those are pretty useful. I got something similar to that, so I don't have to keep buying Candair, because I'm like, hold on, this Candair's kind of adding up. And it works really well whenever you need to clean your computer or just dust things vigorously. You can use to clean out your keyboard. Take our keycaps off, blow and get all that debris between your key switches under your keycaps. Useful for that as well. Music just randomly cut. Nani? Okay, let's pick another song or music. Bum, 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 bum. What kind of music do I want to do? Chill. What up, Katushkin? How are you doing? I see you joined in today. Hope you're doing well. Is the music too loud? Let me know. I just changed the thing I'm doing, so the music volume might have changed significantly. denture tabs and all your amber alps helped out. Good to hear. Hey, what up, buddy? Actually, Jay Godita, since you're here, I found the problem to your issue. I actually was showing everyone earlier. If you can just drop, since you're dropping in real quick. This is your problem. By the way, let me just turn off the music so you can hear this. This is the problem you had with your plate, with your build. It's extremely bent. So when you built this with this built plate, that's why everything was bowing in toward the inside. You can probably see in the top corner really well, top corner camera. So what I'm going to do, Jay Godinez, is I'm going to actually put some heavy weights on this for a few days on one side, a few days on the other side, probably a couple days each. And then after that, it's going to hopefully straighten out. And then I'm going to rebuild it after I make sure this is straight. So that was your issue when you tried building it. It was the plate being so bent. So I'm going to put some weights on it. 2 days one side, weights. 2 days on the other side for the whole coverage. After that, should be really good to go. So sometime next week, I will be building it up for you with your oranges. So I wanted to rebuild it today, but I was worried if this was the case, I have to wait till this is straight first. So just a heads up for you. Um, 203. What power supply do we use for the soldering iron? Let's say here it is. This 240 volt 1.6 amp 19 volts 2.1 amp output. You actually can use up to a 25 volt brick. It's a standard barrel plug. Here, let me turn this off to show you. Standard barrel plug you can find pretty commonly for a lot of electronics. By default, when you buy it, you usually come with 19 volt 2.1 amps. But you can go up to, 24 volts, as Gio said. 24 volt output power supply is the max it'll take. And if you go to a 24 volts with a slightly higher amperage, that'll give it the fastest power time. Look at how fast it gets up to heat. It gets up to heat super quick. Turn this music back on. Alright, almost done. I don't think worrying about the cost of tips matters because I haven't replaced this tip since I purchased it because I haven't had a chance to because, you know, I clean it. Look nice and shiny, no rusts. That's the key thing. As long as you take care of your tips, you only should care about changing the tips if you want to have different soldering applications. Like I will have to buy a new tip so I can solder SMDs a bit easier. But yeah, in terms of the lifespan, as long as you take care of your tips, they'll last a very, very long time. I make this look so easy. It's just practice, I guess. I build a lot of boards. I desolder a lot of boards, so I just do this repeatedly, which gives me a lot of practice. That's really all it comes down to. Yeah, the Hawko's been good. That's perfect. class 2 switches. 3 pins remaining. 2 pins remaining. 1 pin remaining. I should be done unless I forgot something. I don't think I did. So let me just plug it in and see what happens. So using your 12 euro soldering iron and use it for multiple boards, tip is still fine. Perfect. That's absolutely great. That is absolutely great. Let me open up a program that you guys will be very familiar with me opening up, which is this one, because it's time to test the board. Perfect, everything's good to go. So let's screw the top back to the bottom and consider this a done board. There we go. Okay, key test. Make you go away. Turn this upside down. Wipe the dust down. I'll say this, Katush. It's very intimidating when you're learning how to do it, but once you get enough practice, I think you will realize what he's saying by saying it's easy. It's just, you are right. It's intimidating when you start out. And especially if you don't know how to do it. I was intimidated for my first 1 or 2 builds. Then I learned pretty quickly. I think it's a pretty quick skill to learn. You just have to get over what's in your head and do it. And after that point, you'll be like, oh, huh, that was it. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's for soldering, at least. Desoldering is a whole nother story.
I scream my face on your pavement, so it's yours for the sake. Keeping my guard in your basement. No, I don't wanna see your face again. See your face again. I scream my face on your pavement.
I love this screwdriver so much. Okay, soldered in, good to go. Gio, your spacebar doesn't return properly. I feel like you built your stabs wrong, then, or you used too thick of a loop. Yeah, or your arm, the bar's clipping out. One of the holes that is tight. Oof, time to get the file out then. Lumps asking, hey Huey, in my opinion. Oh, hold on, let me just get another chat up in case. In my opinion, what's a better buy right now, Clueboard or HHKB Tofu? Realize Tofu's just speculation that is not out yet. It's one of my inputs. Better buy right now. The first thing, I mean, between those two is going to be your personal choice in layout. That's all. Honestly, if I was choosing between the two, I would choose the HHKB Tofu pre-order. If I had to have a 66% or 660 layout, then of course Clueboard. But that comes down to what do you want right now. I mean, they're both solid options. I have a Clueboard, but it is a solid keyboard. But if I just had to choose for the sake of choosing with my own preferences in mind, Tofu HHKB all the way, full ahead. This band-aid isn't staying on. I need some tape real quick. Good. What? I just gotta make sure the band-aid stays on. I do, Jake, but it works fine. You know how much more a band-aid is versus 2 pieces of tape. Think about that, okay? Think about that. Oof, Nebulon with that. While I have issues about lime, I think that does look nice, with especially the light gray, dark gray color combo you got going on between the top and bottom. File set. Okay, keycaps. Okay, I'm gonna lay it really easy for everyone today. Your options today: GMK Hydro, GMK TA Royal Alpha, Honeywell, Soware, Toxic. You guys decided while I put away some other things. Hydro, hydro, toxic, Honeywell, 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 toxic, 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 honey hell. Honey hell. Hydro. Cleaning is key. Yes, cleaning is key. True Olivet. I don't have True Olivet until next week. It's currently in shipping, actually. I actually did get True Olivet, so that's a new set that in the future you guys will have to decide between as well. Okay, so no one said TA, and no one said SoWare, so these two are easily outs. Hydro, Honey Bunny, Toxic. Three primary options for today. SoWare is for silver boards. Texas Breakfast is SoWare. It's crying. Hello, Masho. Always Toxic. Hydro, it works. Yeah, I rarely use it and it works. Toxic. Can't choose between Hydro and Honeywell. All three of them actually do seem pretty popular. But Bruiser Toxic is just popular for the memes. Lump of Unworth, I agree. Shout out to Ziploc for holding those keycaps better than anyone has held my heart. Why isn't there a GMK Ziploc? Because it'd be like $40 more expensive. It'd be German plastic. 1.5 millimeter plastic every sides. This wouldn't be printed on. This would be double shot. It'd be GMK bag. Just double shot. Instead of, you know, just this pad printing. That's the difference. I mean, you got the colors right here.
I don't need you to take care of me. I take care of myself. That's what I do. Why don't you go?
Okay, so let's nice to see the keyboard. This is the keyboard. All you will see on top is just black. Okay, so what's gonna go with this black color? Toxic, which is neon green and black. SoWare, which is gray and white, and Hydro, which is black and blue. This is a big fight. Toxic mods with Honeywell Alpha. Nope, not gonna do that. Can you create a poll? I could, but this is kind of entertaining watching you guys fight. I will make a poll. Okay. Let's put this into here. And go to a little place called straw poll. I'll make a poll and then enter question X60 black. Black X60. Which color? Which key sets? What key sets? GMK Hydro. Oops. GMK Honeywell JTK Toxic. Okay. Create poll. Bam, right here. Right here. Post it just right here. And right here. Where am I gonna put it? Put it right here. And I'm gonna hit that results button, and I'm gonna see the results trickle in. Honeywell is in the lead with Toxic catching up. Hydro is unfortunately down a bit. This song sounds like Clairvoyant. It's a remix. It is a remix. Okay, I mean, I guess. Put on the loser. This reminds you of your older roommate. Well, hopefully in a good way. Even, I guess Honeywell, it's Honeywell it is. Honeywell's stolen it, so we go in Honey Bunny well. Oof. That feel when Olivia can't meme hard enough to make this happen. Oof, very nice. Accents or no accents? That's the next question, everyone. Enter escape or no accents. Toxic accents. Oof. Accents at last, all of them. My only accents is enter and escape, which look like this. And this. Sorry, I'm not a set mixer. I like my sets pure-blooded. Oh my god, I want to take his band-aid off. It feels so annoying. I might have made this tape a bit too tight, but yo, bro. Are these new cream switches? These are not new cream switches. These are exclusive Gatoron switches. Here, easy there, you colonist. Toxic mods. Lily, I'm not gonna do toxic mods. I'm sorry, but stop trying to make toxic mods happen. They're not gonna happen. Can you put it on a stream behind a paywall? Top Clack Anniversary Boxing Edition. You know, Brian used to actually be like an actual fighter, right? I don't know if people realize this. Brian physically actually used to fight people as sports. I would not go well against Brian in a boxing competition. If you guys mean Olivia, then I'm pretty sure Olivia could beat me up. Pretty sure. Okay, almost done with this, everyone. Thanks for bearing with me. Oof, okay, wait. Do I choose delete or back enter space? Backspace has two words, one on top of the other, or the deletes? I agree, Honeywell is such a good set. Box delete. Delete. I don't think this set comes with the box delete. With the Xbox key. One person says back, babyface says back space. And there we go. See, you guys like trying to get like Olivia and I to fight out. I don't know if you guys ever watched that old show. Well, what was it? What show was it? That old show, Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV. I don't know if anyone cared to watch trashy television a decade ago, but there was a show called Celebrity Deathmatch, and it was basically claymation version of celebrities beating each other up and making jokes about each other's careers. That was a show that happened, and like you guys are like, this is for some reason you guys are getting like people in the community to fight reminds me of that show. Can't believe I remembered that. It's been an actual decade. Like, there has to be people in chat. Yeah, some of you guys remember that show. I'm sure of it. Knowles Lane, yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, maybe I should have asked you guys as well. I'm pretty sure I know what you guys will say. Windows key or code key? Windows key or code key? That's what it comes down to right now. It's the last decision I need to make. Way more than... Was it way more than a decade? It ran from like late 90s to like mid 2000s? Late 2000s? Code? Code? Okay, I guess code it is. JDK anchor, anchor key. Who knows if it's actually a win key? It's fair. I mean, I use it as win keys though. code, to be honest, they're all text. Oh, okay. Now where's the other code key, and I'll be done. Done. Original run ended in 01. Oh, because it's the revival I'm thinking of. In 06. Yeah, it was only like in 06. It ended in like 07 or 08. Okay. Okay, that's what it was. Did I put rubber O-rings under the keycaps? No, I did not. Oh, do you like to put... Do I like to put rubber O-rings under the keycaps? No, I do not. That's one of my actually least favorite things in keyboards, using O-rings to dampen sounds. Because I feel like it sacrifices the feel of the switch, and at that point, just go back to typing on a rubber dome. Honestly, if sound's that important and you can't afford any other way can't afford or aren't willing to put in work, any other kind of work to make your switches quiet, then like it's honestly not worth it. Okay, so these switches are unlubed. I'll lube them after a week, so let's give you guys a little typing sounds, I guess. Ah, sound is disconnected from myself. So these probably won't sound the best, at least until I lube them next week. But this is how they sound stock, which I'm guessing these are just going to sound like standard Gateron Milky switches. I did move the microphone a little bit closer. Oh my god, this view in the corner is like such a cinematic view with the sunlight coming through my window. Damn, that's pretty. Let's get this going. Ah! Not bad. Feels solid. Ah. Yeah, sounds completely fine, completely standard. As for stock switches, I'd say it sounds like the nice side of stock switches. That's just because this whole keyboard is a very nice and tight package, if you know what I mean. Unextinguishable regrets. Rough. Yeah. Don't think lubing will save them. I think lubing will improve them enough to make them like completely passable as a fine switch. You lube your Gateron yellow switches and they still sound bad. Do they sound bad in just that board or in other boards as well? because like I have some Gaterons I've lubed before that sound pretty decent depending on what build I have them in. This is an aluminum case, stainless steel plates. I do have high hopes because this is like a pretty well built case that has a way of making a lot of things sound decent. I hope. Not bad. When you combine Gateron, linear stems, and cherry housing, lube up, they'll sound deeper. That's pretty standard. Yeah, cherry housings will give you a much deeper timbre in the sound, which a lot of people very much enjoy. I don't mind the lubed Gateron milky sounds. For example, that's what I have in my 910, which is just right here. This is lubed Gateron Riva Whites, which is milky housing as well. Visibility, did I ever change up the layout in my Alice to see if I liked it? No, I just kept it the way it is. I love it how it is. I don't think I'm going to change it, other than I might go back, desolder, and take out those films. But I think it's otherwise fine. I still need to make typing sounds videos for that keyboard, as well as, I guess, this new one here is now. I'm going to break this in. Going to be excited to break this in, just because I think it has potential. Because honestly, I really loved how these turned out after I lubed them. No backspace thumb cluster. Oh, is that what you mean? If I assign backspace to my thumb? I actually have put backspace on my thumb on my right thumb for my Alice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling to get used to that one. It's just like muscle memory thing. I need more time to like just hammer it in my head to use this thumb for backspace. Yeah, I did assign it that way though. I did assign it that way. I'm just trying to get over my mind to get used to it. How long do you have them in? If you use them more than 3 months, compare the most used keys with keys that didn't get much use. So for my 910 here and for this switch, for these Gaterons, I'm only going to use them for 1 to 2 weeks before I lube them. After that, they're going to be lubed and completely fine. It's pretty standard for keys that have a lot of use to feel different from keys that don't have much use. So I don't know. We will see. Hopefully it turns out all good to go. Hello everyone who's up in YouTube. Sorry I missed all your chat. Yeah, these are the exclusive switches. Thanks Gio for helping out that chat. Okay, Cthulhu said I was okay. 98 to 07. See, I know my celebrity deathmatch, but it did have the refresh in 06, I believe, like some people on Twitch said. So that was a thing. Yeah, switches are supposed to get smoother over time, not scratchier. I really honestly haven't experienced Gaterons becoming scratchier with age, but I do lube all my Gaterons after a certain amount of time, so that probably neglects that fact completely. Hard to say. Sticky keys, disable that shit. I'll get to that soon. Yeah, any other questions for this build for anyone on Twitch or YouTube? Hope you guys enjoyed this. While you guys have any last minute questions coming in. Just feel free to check out all of our other Top Clack content. Every Thursday we have a wonderful show at 6 p.m. Pacific. The VOD usually will be up by the next day, as well as the AOD on Podbean. The link is usually down below, or on our channel, or on our website, in case you are able to, in case you aren't able to watch it, but you're able to listen to it, whether it's on the drive to work or something. We do have every single podcast, every single episode we do in complete MP3 format that you can download for free if you want to just listen to the show. Arrhythmia, this is not the Tofu or the Tina. This is my X60 that I've just rebuilt with exclusive Gatoron switches. Fun stuff. I hope you guys can check out our 2-year anniversary. All the contests are going to be wrapping up, I think, tomorrow. I might try to extend the deadline until the day after or day after that. But it's coming up soon. Next episode for Top Clack is going to be our official 2-year anniversary. Top Clack's been going on for 2 years, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without all of you. So thank you everyone so much, by the way, for making all this possible. 2 years, I can't believe it, since we've officially started. Look at the left one, this key got more use to the right. Okay, hold on, let me get that, pull up that that link you just posted. So the left one is the key that got used more than the right of it. Okay, there's small differences. Okay, you got another picture. There's a picture of just it alone. I mean, that picture's really blurry though. But I see what you're talking about on the sides of those leaves. My guess is that leaf, something about that leaf is actually out of spec or out of tolerance. So it got worn down the wrong way. That, or as Invisibility said, the factory lube wore out. Interesting. That is interesting indeed. Something I'll definitely pay attention to, try to pay attention to more in the future. Anyone's wondering, Honeywell got 15 votes, Hydro got 5, and Toxic got 6. So it's official. Toxic is more popular than GMK Hydro. That's the best picture there is at the moment. It's something I'll try to pay attention to in the future, to be honest. What soldering tool am I using? By soldering tool, do you mean soldering iron? I am using the TS100. Hopefully that helps you out, Chris OG. Haha. It's a pretty popular one. It works really, really well in my opinion. It's great for the budget. If you're on a budget and you're looking for something pretty good. Hydro has 6 votes now. Oof, Midori KB coming in to save the day. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream today. Man, I'm kind of mixed on whether or not I like this IC puller. TBD. I'll use it more again, and hopefully it'll do me well. Hopefully you guys like the new bigger camera size for the corner camera. I know it's not great right now because all this diffused lighting, but yeah. The puller sucks. Yeah, I don't have the best impressions of it at the moment, but I will be using it a bit more. Because what do you think? This black X60 is one of the few boards Toxic actually does fit on. Maybe I'll change it to Toxic in the near future. Maybe I'll do it for the typing sounds. I'll put the Toxic on just to woo the people. Ah, I messed up. It's going so fast. Oh my god, that word, soliloquy. You're not going to see passages this easy on the other tests. I'm using keyhero.com. Horring? What is horring? Curse you, Victor Hugo, and your complicated ass words in this passage. God damn. It even shows you like when you mess up, like where you. So green shows you where you sped up. Red highlight is where you slowed down. It shows you your mistakes. In the letters you typed for your mistakes in the order, so you can see like where I messed up. Yeah, damn. That was annoying. That was annoying tests. How are the springs? First impressions? Pretty good. Let me put my ear to them real quick. Only a very, very small handful of them have some kind of sound, spring sound. The most of them, the spring sound is so minor, it's hidden by just the normal sound of unlooped Gatoron. What up, Heine? I'll show you something, Heine. You guys want to check out my awesome meme that has no screws and issues? Heine knows what this is about. This is something that needs to be, hopefully, fixed or resolved in some great way. I got this little shiner, USPS, man. You guys see that? Let me just move the typing test away for a second, and let me hit that zoom. Let me hit that zoom for y'all. Okay, put it in the light. Hit that zoom. See that? So I am probably gonna sand it. I'm just getting my polishing tool, and even though the dent will be there, it's gonna be a smoothed over. I'm just gonna do that with this. It's better than nothing. I don't know, my screws got lost somehow, so I have no screws. I did take it apart. All the holes are tapped now, which, by the way, thank you so much, Heine. All the screws are tapped. Perfect, wonderful. But I don't have screws, so I can't like put this apart. Technically, send you the red case in a massive padded box. That'd be amazing. Awesome. So Heine, actually, I figured out how that happened, because the first time Heine sent it to me for the first dent, it wasn't wrapped as well as it should have been, which was really, really, really unfortunate. But he did wrap it really well the second time. Let me show you. I will show you what happened the second time that Heine sent it to me and why I got that. Because Heine wrapped it super well the second time when he sent it back to me, okay? I would also recommend getting a solder sucker. Let's see if I can show this on camera. That. It's like someone shot a metal BB through the case. Or like some kind of like a metal poker went through the whole case, through all the bubble wrap we used, into the side of the case. Like that's, like what the heck is this? How does, like, it's not a box didn't do this. An actual metal stake of some kind had to stab this box. Like what the hell is this? This is straight ridiculous. Yeah, screwdriver or something, but like that, this is what went through the case, and this is how the side of my case got damaged. Because I checked it when I took my case out, and like I saw it, I put it back in to see how it could have happened. Then later on, I found out like, oh, this is the side where it hit the keyboard. Yeah. They probe for spectrometer testing. I mean, they ought to probe it pretty goddamn hard for it to damage my case like that. That's a big womp womp womp. It is how it is, you know. Yeah. Oof, Heine's had a camera now. That means Heine's gonna start getting ready for his soon-to-be Top Clack appearance, I'm sure. My camera's in the mic's in the way. But yeah, that's all I have for my stream today. I hope, does anyone have any questions before I end this off here? Is that, no, the keyboard is shipped from in country. Yeah. It's shipped from good old yeah, good old America to America. You have a mic, ordered a custom, ordered a foam condom and a shock mount thing too. Oof, you're gonna sound wonderful. Wonderful. So hopefully that turns out really, really well. Yeah, so feel free to, you know, check out all of the Top Clack 2-year stuff. Feel free to tune in to the 2-year episode this coming Thursday. It's gonna be a big episode. It's gonna be a long episode. It's probably gonna be like 2.5 hours, up to 3 hours long. So that's gonna be a big thing coming up. We won't have a guest next episode just because of how long the episode's gonna be and all the things that we'll be doing on the episode, all the news we'll be going through, and everything that's been happening. That's going to be really, really cool. But while I have you all here, I hope all of you, while you're here, can, you know, look at this form I'm going to post real quick and fill it out for me. Because one thing that I want to do for the just read out for the community is little, you know, community spotlight. We don't have that many responses yet, so I'm hoping we'll have a lot of responses. You know, please when you have a chance, fill out this form and just tell me what are the things you liked and didn't like this last year, and we want to read it out loud to everyone, to see, you know, what was big in the community, what was small in the community, because a lot happens really, really quickly. And of course, feel free to check out our 2-year anniversary stuff. We got the song contest, food contest, caption contest, and of course the raffle. The raffle's really cool. You can get a minimum of 1 ticket, up to 4 tickets if you are smart and can remember some good old Top Clack trivia from the days of long ago. So hopefully that works out really, really, really well for everyone. Yeah. Do you have last year's song? I do have last year's song. Last year's song is really good, actually. Would highly recommend listening to it. It's on YouTube, actually. Not on our channel, but on Dixie Mech's channel, because he was last year's winning entry. So check it out when you get a chance. We got some good competitions, good prizes for all of the songs. I mean, not all the songs, all the contests. By the way, if anyone's curious, like, you know, I can tell you guys what's what if you're entering, okay? Which is gonna be pretty cool. If you're entering the song contest, #1, the grand prize winner is gonna get a set of GMK Olivia plus the extras once they ship out. If you're entering the caption contest, you're gonna be getting a Galaxy Class DSA set, and for the food contest, you're gonna be getting a special edition Moon Rama M6. Nice. We've got a lot of raffles coming up for the raffle. And of course, if you guys don't know, we have like basically a dozen things to raffle off. But the grand prize for the raffle, the one thing people will want to win most in the raffle, is going to be that Zephyr. So if you haven't, fill out a raffle form. If you want to get a chance, feel free to tune in. Don't forget to join our Discord, link down below. Subscribe to our YouTube if you aren't subscribed already. Check out our Podbean if you want to get the AODs in case you just want to listen to our content. Feel free to check it out when you get a chance. So I hope you guys have an awesome chance. Link to the song. Let me see if I can find it. Put it in the background while I end things. This is the winning entry from last year. It's a lyric video too. So everyone, thank you so much for joining me once again. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful, wonderful Sunday. So with that, hope to catch you all next time for the next build chores, keyboard chores. I've got reviews coming out. Brian's got content coming out. See you on Thursday, everyone. Take care. I'll be on WoW.